Yeah, that's right. The Kings are 3-1, y'all. Kings land, Kings Nation, Cowbell Kingdom Nation. The entire NBA world is on notice right now. The Kings are playing out of their minds. Not to my surprise, right? It's not shocking to me. No, no,
Not to
no.
Leo.
How y'all
Not to
doing, boys? I
Leo.
got the boys on. I'm trying to battle this little cold slash. I hope it's not COVID. It's not COVID, y'all. But yeah. How y'all doing?
Go ahead, Ty.
I'm doing well, man. Hey, Hassan Whiteside,
Uh
everybody,
oh.
Tyrese Haliburton, we're
Uh
getting the
oh.
money, baby. Hey, if we keep getting these dubs, man, can't wait, dude.
I am so excited, man. I got to see De'Aaron put this team on his back, man. He salvaged that third quarter when the Nuggets gave it their best punch. De'Aaron's like, nah, I came back into the game. I'm going to take over this team, man. He took it to the rack like every single play. I was so happy to see that, man.
Yeah, he only shot 4 threes today. De'Aaron
But
Fox, and he was 2 of 4. I'll take 2 of 4, 50% every single time. How about y'all?
Yeah.
yeah, for Fox shooting threes, you take anything he makes, but you want to see him attacking more. Oh man, so I was happy to see him super aggressive towards the end of the quarter,
So
man.
he
That was
finished the game with 24 points, 9 assists, 3 rebounds. That right there, y'all. Those are the numbers he was posting when they went 7-2 in those last 9 games before the pandemic. I was telling everybody this is a team that's going to make the playoffs. Them are the Pelicans. And both of those teams struggled in the bubble because of that layoff. And if they would have played those last 19 games, I'm telling you right now, this dude was playing this exact way. And he's showing the entire world he got injured in the first half of the season last year. And that he's here to make his mark at the highest level. That is why I continue to say that I believe in De'Aaron Fox, and I believe that he's going to give this team a shot to compete for a playoff spot. That's right, playoffs, man, playoffs. E-man, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, bro. I'm trusting you. You know, you're the leader of this cult, man. Saying the Kings are never gonna take. I'm I'm right by your side, buddy. How about you, Ty?
Yeah, man. I mean, Leo knows it too. Like, if it's either we got to go choose one way, it's either full rebuild or full playoff run. So, I mean, the Bogdanovich move kind of took a step back, but at the same
Yeah.
time, if we're still able to, get the job done and Halliburton's able to take those minutes and still keep balling like that, can't be mad at it, man.
Yeah, that's really the surprise factor, right? That none of us honestly thought that he'd be this good right away. If anyone was saying that they saw that, they lying because y'all would have bet like 100,000 on those rookie of the year odds if you were that confident. Right now, whoever put any type of money is looking really good because this dude is competing at a high level. He's making high level reads. He's making those type of reads that makes me just giggle inside. You know, like that feeling when you start dating a girl, right? Those first couple months, like that first date. That's how Tyrese is making me feel right now, man. Like Tyrese is legit. This dude is legit. He's making so many high level reads at such a young age. Tyrese Haliburton, even though your burger taste is a little bit off, I forgive you, man. That's it. I forgive him. This is a great segue to actually give a huge shout out to something that is delicious, Midici Sacramento, right? Wow, Midici Sacramento is giving away a pizza almost every single game, and I don't know who won today's giveaway. It was points and rebounds for Harrison Barnes. Whoever won, let us know. We ain't got time to be looking through 100 plus comments. So if you did win, please let us know. I'll probably check anyways, but we appreciate Medici Sacramento. Make sure y'all hit them up and you taste this amazing taste of Italy in your mouth, the way it melts. I'm telling y'all, that pizza's ready in 30 seconds. You know why? Because it's 900 degrees in that oven. I literally went by and I was like, damn, it's so hot back here, man. So, anyways, huge shout out to them. Huge shout out to Danny, my guy, owner of Medici Sacramento. Guys, Tyrese, what was the biggest takeaway from tonight, E-Man?
For Tyrese, man, just what got me really excited was pulling up, man. He pulled up from three. He shot it from the logo. He was making dimes, drop off passes. drive and kick. He was just making it look so easy on the offensive end, and then on the defensive end, he was as good as always, man. It doesn't feel like that's a rookie out there. Like it looks like he's been in the league for a while, man. It's so fun to watch Tyrese Haliburton right now. What about you, Ty?
Yeah, 100%, man. Like when Tyrese Halliburton's on the floor, you know he's on the floor. He's making plays offensively, defensively, and man, calling the next Patrick Mahomes. These no looks are going crazy, man. He's
Uh-oh.
dropping
Okay.
guys like it's time. And on top of that, yeah, man, I definitely love seeing him launch some 3-pointers, and especially that long one. Jesus, he almost launched that thing from half court. It was
He
all
looked
money.
like me out there, real talk. I was like, damn, okay.
Don't get ahead of yourself right now, Leo. But hey, Tyler playing pretty well.
Hey, Tyrese is who Love thinks he is.
Facts. That is exactly who I act like I am on the court. Real talk. Hey, well, we have very similar games. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. Like legit, funky looking. Well, my jumper a little bit smoother, but still, hey, it goes in though. It goes in.
Sure.
Hey, I know Tyrese just put the Kings on the map right now, but just imagine if Tyrese's name was Lonzo Ball, like how much more hype he would have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like Alonzo or LaMelo, dude, he'd
Yeah.
be getting way more because LaMelo was getting praise on ESPN, all that for having like 6 points, you know. So the fact that he's balling like this, man, we gotta get some respect for Sacramento for real.
Facts. But look,
Facts.
man, look, his name is not Lonzo Ball, brother Ball, any ball, and he still put the Kings on the map.
Little
So
Dicky, the
respect the
fourth ball
Tyrese.
brother, Little Dicky, Harrison Barnes. We talked about this on the last podcast. We said this man needs more minutes. He got the exact number that we were looking for, 33 minutes, and guess what? 13 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, and the Kings won. Is there a
Hey, he
surprise
was
to
he was
that?
hitting threes, Leo. He was hitting 3-pointers, and what we talk about, man, rhythm. He got his rhythm back, and he was flowing. Who
And
wasn't on the floor today, Leo?
Glenn Robinson, he did not play. And again, this isn't a knock on Glenn. I like Glenn a lot, especially if you put him in those spell minutes, right, where he needs a breather. It's nice to have an athletic wing who can come in, play defense, hit a couple shots, take it to the rack. But he's not Harrison Barnes. And even though Harrison was 5 of 16 from the field, he was ultra aggressive, and that opened up, putbacks for other guys and kickouts for other guys. So the fact that he's that aggressive and that he was 3 of 6 from beyond the arc, 50%, I'm gonna take that every single time. Just his presence on the floor, it gives him a calm presence. He's a sniper out there. He's just such a good player. He's a great human being, and he's proven that he's worthy of that contract that the Kings gave him. Right, Ty?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you just look at the game flow, you know what I mean? Some players aren't going to be able to get in. Just look at Marvin Bagley, right? Had a crazy first half, and just with the flow of the game, just didn't end up in the rotation. But with that being said, just like you mentioned, I agree with everything. Harrison Barnes being super aggressive. I know Mark Jones was mentioning, a couple of his drives look slow, but man, the guy is strong and he's able to get it off. So with that being said, if he's able to do that, I can't be mad at him.
Yeah, the Joker's super slow. What does that mean? Absolutely nothing. That dude is skilled. He does everything in slow motion. It's poetry in motion, honestly. And this dude is just so strong. So, and honestly, it's not the best of analogies, but Harrison Barnes is super strong. And even though he's not the most athletic anymore, back in his Carolina days, he was really athletic. He's not that guy, but now he's more skilled. He's more under control. He knows how to draw fouls, and for that, I think he's again very worthy of that contract. E-man, how you feeling?
Facts, man. I 100% agree. I was loving Harrison since preseason. I bought into that train of let him attack the rim at least 4 times a quarter. Like he has the liberty to make that call and say, "Hey, I need to drive to the rack," and he's been doing it for the most part, man, for most of the games. And when he doesn't, like the last game versus Phoenix, the Kings lost. So there's a trend, maybe get Harrison to drive to the rack. Good things happen, when Harrison attacks the rim. He's able to draw fouls, and it really affects games.
Rashaan Holmes was the X factor tonight, though. 32 minutes, 10 and 13 from the field, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 20 points. E-man, what did you like?
Hey man, that little
Stay
teardrop,
20
man.
tuned.
It works, bro. It's awful. It's worse than Tyrese's shooting form, but it goes in nonetheless. So man, he was balling out of his mind. Shout out to Rashaan Holmes today, man. He was just on defense as well. He had a tough assignment and didn't get in foul trouble this time. So respect,
What did
he
you
he
notice
he
differently
adapted to
though?
Jokic.
What
Was
did
that?
you notice differently tonight that he did defensively tonight against the first game?
What I've noticed is they let Jokic shoot it a lot more, and I think that was part of the game plan because they figured he wasn't gonna have legs to get that shot up because they just played yesterday. So it looked he was dominating for most of the game, but once it came to the fourth quarter, they were still allowing Jokic, "Hey, we'll give you a shot." They allowed that, and he was missing. A lot of the Nuggets for players were missing today, and part of it was because they played last night and they ran out of legs.
What did you
So
think, Ty? Did he do anything different from the first game?
Yeah, well, I think just to start the game, right, it was kind of difficult. Rashaan Holmes picked up an early first foul, and then they switched Marvin Bagley, and I was thinking, man, we might have to go to my boy Whiteside early. But he was able to salvage it definitely in the second half offensively, and I think, yeah, a couple of times I noticed that the Kings were overplaying that jump shot, you know what I mean, and letting them blow by. And I know he threw a lob to Michael Porter one time, a little dime to Monty Morris, so we can't bite on those. But with that being said, I think in the fourth quarter we definitely were able to lock up, and I think that weak side really helped because there's a couple of deflections with Buddy Hield coming on the opposite side. De'Aaron Fox just being able to get a hand in there really helped.
I know every time Michael Porter Jr. plays the Kings, you can't help but think, but man, what are the Kings would have drafted down? Essentially, if Lottie really wanted Michael Porter, but because of all the injuries, all the doctor reports, he was very scared of doing it. Obviously, he went Bagley, which again, right now, we're not complaining. But Michael Porter Jr., man, 30 points, 40 minutes, 12 of 18, 4 of 7 from beyond the arc, 10 rebounds. The kid is so smooth. E-man, talk about this guy, man.
dude, he's a straight baller, man. He's something special, man. I'm so happy for him on the Nuggets. I can't help but think about that. I think he made a comment about getting the ball to him in the playoffs last year. And we were like, well, I was like, dude, calm down. Like the Jokic, Jokic and Murray run this team. But watching them now back to back, I'm like, okay, respect. Like if you want the ball, baby, you get the ball now. Like you're a hooper, bro. And he's so hard to guard. Like Harrison contested a lot of these shots. He did not care. He was splashing it. So man, Nuggets got a good one.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I've been watching Michael Porter since high school. He was playing at Nathan Hale out in Seattle, and Brandon Roy was his coach. And dude, it was a man amongst boys. Like I don't know if Michael Porter Jr. has grown much since high school because this dude has just been lengthy. Reminds me a little bit of KD, right? You can get the hand in his face, but he's just gonna rise right over you.
Mhm.
So. Yeah, and just like to mention what E-Man was referencing to how he wanted the ball in the bubble. I mean, I guess it came off as kind of like that, bratty little rookie, but the same time, man, the guy's a bucket. And I think, if you were to see him in a smaller market where he wasn't banging behind Jamal Murray and Jokic, ooh, that's one bad man.
Exactly, exactly. Talking about a bad man, Tyrese Haliburton, 39 minutes ago said, they said the jumper wouldn't translate. Laughing emojis, laughing emojis. Oh my gosh. The kid got swag, he got confidence, and he ain't afraid to talk about it because he is about that life. He's backing it up on the court. I'm loving every second of it. Tyrese Haliburton, congratulations, man. You going to win Rookie of the Year if the Kings make the playoffs. Y'all heard it here first. If the Kings make the playoffs, he's winning Rookie of the Year because he's going to be a big part of that run to the playoffs. Third quarter, let's talk about some negatives. What was your biggest takeaway from the third quarter, E-Man?
I thought it was a game of runs, man. The Kings started turning the ball over a lot, really early in that third quarter, and Nuggets made a run, bro. Like it was expected. They weren't gonna just back down. Like this is a playoff team who made it to the Western Conference Finals. Like they're built for this, for adversity, and they responded really well. And the better part, the Kings got their best punch and responded, man. And that's when that's what I was talking about earlier. Fox, he took on Jokic, he took on Michael Porter Jr. because it was Fox versus those two guys. Like towards the end of the third quarter, I would say like the 4 minute mark, I think Fox came back in, and he was straight attacking till there was zero left on the clock, and it was good to see the Nuggets' best punch without Murray, of course, and then the Kings were able to respond. So that was an awesome quarter, just for like resilience wise for the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, 100%. I think, the one thing that has been the downside of the Kings thus far is the turnovers, right? And I think it was a big turnover city in the third quarter. There's a little stretch where they took Fox out, and I wanted them to put Haliburton immediately in. So we.
Uh-oh.
Ty,
Ty
Ty.
Ty got frozen. I think we lost Ty, but he was referring. E-Man, what did you see from De'Aaron Fox tonight?
Um, let's see if he comes back. I think I just heard him.
Okay.
Ty,
Okay.
you back?
You're
Are we
back.
good? We're frozen for a little bit. We good?
All right. You're
Yeah.
back, Ty.
All right.
So
So
we were
basically,
talking
yeah,
about, yeah, there you go.
yeah, turning the ball over in the third quarter, and I wanted to make sure that we had a playmaker in. There was no Halliburton in for about a minute with no.
All right. No Haliburton, man. We're having technical difficulties, but it's all good. Talk about De'Aaron Fox, brother.
No, I really wanted to mention Marvin Bagley, bro. And in the second quarter, he was cracked. Like he went. Let me pull it up. Second quarter, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Bagley had about 7 plays. Either it being a dime, it was shooting threes, it was attacking, drawing fouls. He went off in the second quarter, specifically in the second quarter, and I was like, dude, like this is super scary. And then as soon as he came into the third quarter, really early, like the first play, he went at Jokic and attacked him and got him another foul. And then he disappeared. He didn't come back. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Did he get hurt, or like Ty, you were saying it was the flow of the game? But I don't know if you guys seen this, but Marvin Bagley's dad or his Twitter team tweeted out like, "Where was Marvin Bagley? He shouldn't be treated like this."
Really?
Yeah, I kid you
I know
not. Yeah, I was like, "Yo, the Kings just won, and someone's worried about that contract money. they need these boys to keep playing."
Jeez Louise. Already, huh? 3-1 and already chirping.
Oh
My
man, but he
gosh.
did. He played really well, and if he would have, I think if he would have kept stayed in the game, obviously his stats would have been really high, and like of course that's all good for him. But the flow of the game, like Ty was talking about, um, it just flowed like Holmes was hitting. That little push shot kept going in, and it was enough on defense. So
The
it
thing
was.
is, as much as I love Bagley, he's nowhere near the defensive player that Holmes is. And
Yeah.
it's going to take him a year and a half, maybe 2 years to get to that IQ feel of the game. And if y'all watched that Rashaan Holmes breakdown that I did with him about a month and a half ago, we talked about that. He said, I used to bite on fakes. I used to do these silly plays, but it takes time. The more reps you get, the more you're in the film room, obviously, the stronger you get, and you start noticing certain things, and that's how you improve. And for Marvin Bagley, he has a lot of skill, a lot of talent, but he needs those reps. So right now, the better player right now is Rashaan Holmes. Make no mistake. And I know it's going to rub people off the wrong way. Leo, what are you talking about? No, Rashaan Holmes tonight, as he did all last season, he was the most consistent Kings player because of all the injuries. He stepped up big time, and when he went down, the Kings suffered a lot. And he is finally getting his feet under him. It took him a little bit. He was struggling to finish. Now we're seeing this hungry Holmes that we saw all last season, and I'm loving it. So if Marvin Bagley's dad wants to be the distraction that he's been since day one, I guess we can't stop him. He's a grown man. But at the same time, I advise and I suggest him to just keep his mouth shut because this team is 3-1. And this team is winning. The vibes are positive. Just keep your mouth shut, man. The rest will take care of itself. If your son keeps on playing the way he has, which is really good, he's going to get paid. He's a number 2 pick. He's going to get paid.
Yeah, I think just to add on a little bit at the end of that, it's like the Kings were playing really well in the fourth quarter, and just be a team player, and you played a great game and just keep it moving forward against a good Rockets team that we're going to play next. So I think if Bagley, I hope Bagley can have a situation where it's similar to Lonzo Ball in the sense where I think Lonzo is definitely coming to his own, separate from LeVar, and being able to just be his own person in New Orleans. So I hope that's
Yeah.
what he's able to do in Sacramento.
Yeah, and real quick, Tyrese Haliburton, 42 points, 8 boards, 21 assists, 3 turnovers. Really 2 because Buddy was playing. He was being a jerk, right? Towards the end of the game, he's like, "Here, you take the turnover." So really 2 turnovers, 4 steals, 2 blocks, 50% from 3. This dude is just balling, man. Like, you can't make up these stats. He's legit posted these stats, and honestly, this doesn't even tell half the story because he does so many things that are not in the box score, little things that he does defensively that just, man, and maybe even the hockey assist that we haven't really noticed yet, but he's making the right reads, the right plays. This kid is playing like a vet, and I'm so happy to see that. Again, Ty, I think you froze, but what did you think about De'Aaron Fox tonight?
Yeah, man, just super fast, right? As soon as you see him cross that 3-point line and go downhill, dude, it's bad news for even if it's the guard guarding him or even the big. And I think, especially in that fourth quarter, right, when we had that 11-point lead, they started chipping at it, and then De'Aaron Fox just hits him with the dagger, hits him with the little, headsy on Monty Morris. Jokic is right there, boom, with that left-hand floater. Dude, I love to see that De'Aaron Fox, and I think as all Kings fans giving him that max money this year, those are the plays we need to see out of him. And so for him to be that franchise player and our best player on our team, that's exactly what I want to see out of the guy.
Yeah, and even adding on to that fourth quarter, when it was still a competitive game, Fox drew a foul on Jokic. I don't know if you guys remember that. He drew a charge. Just like Jokic drew a foul on Corey Joseph earlier in that quarter. And Fox got that tech because he threw the towel.
Yeah.
And so like Fox like I'm gonna get you back. So then Fox flopped and then he got the foul on Jokic and those are like they kill like the motivation that's going on for the Nuggets because like hey we're in a close game and then we get a foul and then it's going the other way. Holmes was hitting like every single teardrop or push shot. And so that like deflates the team and those little plays like what Fox did, it's like it all added up and ultimately got this Kings a dub.
How crazy is this? Bleacher Report not tweeting about the Kings winning the game. Rather, they're tweeting about tough loss tonight for Denver, but Michael Porter Jr. and Jokic balled out. Porter, 30 points. Jokic, triple-double. Nuggets are building something special. And then our good friend, Marcellus Howard, who is a hooper, by the way, he's like, the Kings won. We really giving out moral victories? Question mark. How funny is that now that was a moral victory for the Nuggets? Like the Kings are on the other end of the spectrum. That's insane to me. I know it's 4 games in, but this is comical, right, E-Man?
Yeah, I mean they just don't understand, Leo. The Kings aren't tanking this year. Everyone's still assuming
No, you're
the
right. You're
Kings are
right. My
gonna
bad. My
tank
bad. You're right.
after
Tankers.
the
Where
All-Star
y'all
break.
at, man? Where y'all at? Where y'all at, man? But no. Oh, one thing I've been wanting to say is Corey Joseph. Love the guy, amazing human being. And this isn't a hot take, but this is just a fact. Buddy Hield's played better defense all season than Corey Joseph, right?
I think that's a fact, easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a couple plays where I think it was 2 or 3 times Corey Joseph just got burnt on the back door. And so, I mean, offensively, he definitely offers that facilitator role, but defensively, he's not like that prowess that he was in Toronto or even in Indiana. So, I mean, Buddy Hield, even when he's not having the shot fall, dude, he's been able to come up clutch. And I know you guys saw when he got on the ground, they were fighting for it. That just shows the
Twice.
hustle that he has in him, for real.
Yeah, Buddy finished with 12 points, 8 boards, 3 assists. And then Corey finished with 7 points, 2 of 6 from the field, 1 and 3 from beyond the arc. Yeah, man, he's not playing well defensively. He's getting burnt on silly things like that. Like, this dude is a veteran. He's seen it all, but yet he's acting like he's like the rookie, right? And then Tyrese is acting like he's like Corey Joseph, which is insane to watch and how this story is developing. But I know E-Man tweeted out, it's time for Kyle Guy. Was it time for Kyle Guy tonight, E-Man?
No, I was joking, bro. I put LOL at the end. Obviously, I was joking. I wanted to see if fans would be like, "Yeah, I put Kyle Guy in." No, if you, I know Corey has his mishaps like everyone though, and he had his clutch moments like when Jokic threw like a 90-yard pass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who's the one who
Playing Richard
intercepted the
Sherman
pass?
out there from the
It's
Seahawks, though,
Corey.
not from the Niners, right, E-Man?
Not from the night. Yeah. It's sure it's Uncle Sherm, bro. He's legit. So I still want Corey Joseph out there. If I had a choice between the two guys, Kyle
Okay.
Guy and Corey. I
What
was
about
just
you?
joking. I wanted to tease with the fans.
What about you, Ty?
Yeah, I think with that being said, I think Kyle Guy is definitely a liability on defense as well, right? I mean, unless he's knocking down threes, I don't know what he's able to offer. But yeah, we're paying Corey Joe, and so just like E-Man said, there's definitely been times, whether it's in this game and that deflection, or even in that Suns game, he's able to be pretty productive. So I mean, keep it up, and so we'll just see as the season goes if he's still going to be able to be effective.
Okay. This is Ty's moment. Hassan Whiteside, 13 minutes, 2 of 7 from the floor, 5 boards, 3 turnovers, 6 points. What did you see tonight?
So tonight wasn't his best night. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I mean? If he's not playing that well, the man ain't playing that well. But yeah, man, shout out to that one jump shot he made. I think what you just mentioned, 3 turnovers, definitely got to cut down on that if you're only gonna be playing that many minutes.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think I just definitely like to kind of see that look of Hassan Whiteside on bigger players, because let's be honest, Rashaan Holmes and Bagley, they're a little bit smaller than Jokic. But with that being said, Jokic is one of the best bigs in the NBA, arguably the best big, so you can't get mad at either Bagley or Holmes for playing defense and not being able to stop him completely. But yeah, I think Hassan's Whiteside just in general and his presence, right, being able to alter shots doesn't necessarily translate to the stat sheet. But I mean, even though tonight wasn't his best night, I definitely see good things in the future for him off the bench.
What did you see, E-Man?
I saw him, like Ty said, struggle early in the first. He got lazy, like on some rebounds. He got beat, but then all of a sudden he clogs up the paint, and he's so big, like guys can't drive in. In the second quarter, he played better, but like the Kings are just everyone was playing really well in the second quarter. Like that was the best quarter I've ever seen from that team. And then towards the second half, we didn't really see much of him. Maybe early in the third quarter, he came in for a bit. So I think he could play better. But then again, he had the toughest assignment, besides Michael Porter Jr. Jokic is having an MVP season right now.
Yeah, he's 4 games, 3 triple doubles. Russell Westbrook's the only other guy who's had a triple double in every game he's played, which I think has been 3 games. But they're winless though.
How many minutes did he end up having, Leo?
Who?
Hassan.
13?
13? Wow.
He played
It's
13
because
minutes.
he never came back in the second half, huh? Just once, maybe for a little bit in the second half.
Yeah.
But in the fourth quarter, I think they went straight with Rashaan Holmes the whole time.
I mean, Rashaan Holmes, 32 minutes, again, 20 points, 5 boards. Not going to get any better than that. 10 of 13, again, dude is a beast. Again, to me, Hassan Whiteside, as I've said from day one, I'm like, I sound like a broken machine, right? I want him playing those 15 to 22 minutes, but playing very hard. Key in, lock in. And if he plays that role exceptionally well, the Kings will make the playoffs. Like, this dude is a presence defensively in the paint. He affects so many shots. Nobody can deny that. I mean, this dude is just a big, large man, and he's very good when it comes to blocking shots. And even tonight, I noticed he really affected Jokic anytime he'd like turn around for that turnaround jump shot. It was it was hard for Jokic, obviously on the back to back, but still, that's the type of minutes that you got to give the Kings. And right now, he may not be happy with the amount of time he's playing, but they're winning, and winning cures everything. So Hassan Whiteside, keep doing you. Bjelica, 21 minutes, 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc, 5 boards, 1 assist, 3 turnovers, 12 points. E-Man, what did you see?
I saw him attack Michael Porter Jr. I don't know what quarter that was, but instead of shooting, he straight up just give me this ISO. I'm gonna take this skinny guy and just post him up like a grown man hitting
That's
the
what he
weight room.
does. What he
So I love
does.
to see that. I love to see him effective when he's not shooting threes, and still impact the game. That's what I saw from BJ today.
Yeah, man. Bjelica, if you're watching this, I've been very critical of you on this podcast, but I'm going to commend you, man. I appreciate the fact that he's being able to be productive on the court without just launching threes. Just like E-Man said, that one drive that Ann went against Michael Porter just goes to show that, he's still willing to, contribute to this team, even if he's not shooting threes. I mean, although there is some defensive lapses, like the dude could just keep launching threes. I think, in my opinion, there was one that he launched that was like 2-3 feet behind the 3-point line. He got to scoot that in a little bit, but aside from that, man, as long as he's able to contribute and be efficient, I know he shot like 50% or something like that. I'm chilling with that.
Facts. Belly is a consummate professional, great teammate. Even if he's not playing, he's going to cheer on for his teammates because this is what he does. He's a professional coming from Europe, coming from pretty much nothing as a kid, and to now be an NBA player along with Bogey Bogdanovic. Those two guys are one of the best people I've ever met, ever interacted with. Great human beings. And right now, he's letting the other parts of his game affect the games in a positive way for the Kings, and I'm loving every single second of it. Before we move on to Buddy Hield, everybody that's watching this, make sure you hit the like or dislike right now. Helps us out a lot. Just hit it, man. Hit the dislike or like. It doesn't matter. Just hit it. That way the algorithm moves and then the show gets suggested to other people. We really appreciate it. Make sure y'all share it on Reddit as well, on the Facebook groups, on Twitter. Retweet the show, man. We're dropping knowledge, and E-Man and I will be focusing a lot more on film. I think I'm going to do this tomorrow for sure. I'm going to watch with you guys, not live, but almost live, because if you watch live, YouTube will take it down. But if you don't watch it, if it's pre-recorded, they'll just give you like a strike or whatever, but those don't really hurt. I'm going to watch the entire third quarter of the Suns game and see what went wrong. My raw, unfiltered reactions, I'll be taking notes and y'all be watching that with me, how I just essentially just watched it the first time. And then I'm going to do it again for this game. 2 separate videos. That's what I'm thinking. Just watch. It's going to be a long video, obviously, because a quarter is 12 minutes. So it's going to be about 20 minutes, about right. So we'll watch that. I know E-Man will get down to the smaller, 1 to 3 minute videos where he's highlighting certain things. Make sure you guys keep up with those as well. He's doing great work. And then Ty, follow his work too on B-Zone, man, where we're doing big things too. We're trying to grow that one. That one's going to be a bigger channel because, it's more broad for everybody else. It's doing really well. I mean, the engagement's off the roof. But make sure y'all follow us there as well. You'll see a lot of his highlights as well. Buddy Hield. Okay. Buddy Hield, 35 minutes, 4-10, 3 of 7 from beyond the arc, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 12 points. What did you like, E-Man?
My favorite play was when everyone started diving on the floor in the fourth quarter, and Michael Porter Jr. and Buddy were just like playing freaking football. Like there was a fumble and everyone was attacked on the floor. I love to see that, man. I love to see there's passion. Everyone let's every single play matters. And then of course towards the end of the game, after Fox said goodnight, after hitting that clutch layup to ice it, Buddy hit the icing on the top, hit the three, the catch and shoot to send it home. So it just shows, man. Buddy didn't have a lot of points, didn't have a lot of shooting attempts, and he was on the floor 35 minutes. Why? Because he is playing tremendous defense. And you got to love that about him. You got to love what the assistant coach has inspired him to do, man. So,
Coach Rex. Shout out to Coach Rex.
Coach Rex.
No, seriously, man. His presence on defense has been marvelous to watch. I'm shocked. I'm very shocked. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I am in complete shock. But what doesn't shock me, again, it was never, and I told you guys this 1,000 times, it was never a lack of effort for him. Honestly, it wasn't. It's a lack of focusness from him. And E-Man last show brought it up. I think the fact that there's no fans helps a lot, right? You get to lock in. And then the fact that Coach Rex is implementing new things. I don't know what they are yet. I still got to look at the film and see what are the differences. I like how he kind of sometimes puts in a full court press or a half court press, switches things up, messes up your rhythm and your timing. I like those things. You know, you might see more different things, kind of like the Raptors, how they do it, right? Where they kind of go into like a 2-3 or a 3-2 or like a 1-2-1 or something like that, and get it essentially gives you different looks to where it just throws you off. And you're like, oh, man. And Buddy is buying in. That's the big thing. He's buying in. He looks stronger. At first, I thought he was like heavier, right? Like fat, but he's not. He's actually in really good shape. And he's gotten stronger, which allows him to actually, do a better job in staying in front of certain guys. And that's what Kojo hasn't done this year. He hasn't been able to stay in front of guys. And Buddy's doing a great job at that, using his strength. Not so much his lateral quickness, but his strength and the ability to play angles, which is so, so important. And that comes with what? Watching film, having a better understanding of your schemes, and then ultimately having a better feel on that side of the floor. Buddy's doing a great job. Ty.
Yeah, man. I think I just want to commend Rico Hines. He's our player development. He just got upgraded to director, I think. And so for any of the kids my age, I know his summer runs in LA have some of the best basketball players from KD, Kyrie, Trae Young, you name it. And so I think having him on our Kings bench and being able to develop our players, I know Mark Jones ended up shouting him out when Marvin Bagley was knocking down 3 balls today, right? And so I remember after the game, too, Buddy Hield actually had his arm around Rico Hines. And so I think something must have happened during the game that they must have been working on and must have been proud of. And so I think although he hasn't had a shooting night like that first game against Denver, just like E-Man said, him being on the floor for 35 minutes just goes to show that he's contributing on the floor in other ways. So with that being said, I would love to see some more looks for Buddy Hield. I know E-Man said it on like 2 shows ago, right? That handoff. They're reading it. So, I mean, either drive and, have them overplay it so you can burn by them, or have some pin down so that he's able to get some more catch and shoot looks. But I'm just happy that, he's buying into the system. I think as Kings fans, we didn't think that he was capable of doing something like that. And I think the 4 of 10 says a lot because although he wasn't hitting, it's not like he's just jacking up shots, right? We were in the game. And so it's really happy to see Buddy Hield have that growth and evolution in his game.
Yeah, Leo, to add on to fans not being there, I locked in on Rex today. My guy is always out of his seat, like yelling at the players. As an extra player out there, like back screen.
Okay.
Like he's an extra guy out there telling you. So that's another factor that we didn't even consider. Like he's the one to tell you, don't jump, don't pump fake, just hands up. It's good to have that in your ear, and listen to that very clearly instead of fans all yelling at you and then you can't hear what the coach is saying.
Yeah.
So and Buddy even mentioned that a couple games ago where he did say, Rex's communication has really helped him. And so there's benefits, man. There's benefits to an empty gym.
Yeah. It's very AAU-ish, right? Where you used to play these tournament games, you travel everywhere, and there'd be no fans, just your parents yelling at you, but you would hear your coach. So in the AAU, you're pretty much scoring a lot of points. You're not playing any defense. But so now at this high level, you better play defense. And Buddy Hield, hey, guess what? He's playing defense. The Bahamian is playing at a high level. I want to read this quote from Tyrese Haliburton. He said, quote, so-called experts said that for us, it's about building towards the future and just trying to get better so we can compete for a playoff spot next year. Compete to win. That's foolish. I'm trying to win now. All of us are trying to win now. That was Tyrese Holla at me Burton. Okay?
Leo, put that on a shirt. I'm trying to win now.
I'm trying to. Oh, bro, put that on the shirt, man. Facts. We're going to put that on the shirt tonight. Those shirts will go on sale tonight, man. Right there, right? That's the mindset that you want to have. Even if they don't make the playoffs, which, again, is a possibility. The fact that his mindset is in the right place, that is what I was preaching all off season. You have to approach the game with respect and not this idea of, oh, well, let's compete next year. Let's get the best player in the draft and hope that the lottery doesn't screw us. And even if it doesn't screw us, what are the odds of us getting the right player and the right fit? All those things? Nah. You got talent. You got a De'Aaron Fox who was hooping out of his mind, which I said would probably happen. And if it did, hey, guess what? What you going to need? Shooters around him. And guess what? Tyrese has been a shooter. He's shooting 50% from beyond the arc. That's crazy. And he's a secondary playmaker. So he's doing a great job at supplementing for Bogey's spot. Some can even say he's actually surpassing it because he's playing at such a high level defensively. But it's 4 games in. I'm excited. He's excited. De'Aaron's excited. Buddy's excited. Everybody's excited. I'm going to accept calls. 5 minutes if y'all want to call in real fast before we end this show. 40 minutes in. I think we've had a solid show, y'all. If y'all don't want to call in, let us know as well. Any final thoughts, guys, before somebody calls in?
Tyrese Haliburton, that man is one cold man. And I don't think we gave him enough credit, but Rashaan Holmes push shot, that thing was money tonight. Oh my goodness. It was every time it was going up, that thing was buttered. But yeah, I just want to say that because, man, those were some money shots right there.
E-Man?
Rockets are next, right, boys? So
Yep.
I'm confident. I'm confident in a 5-1 start.
I think Wall and Cousins are making their debut against us.
Perfect.
Oh,
No,
wow.
perfect. You know why I love it? Because they're gonna throw off the entire team. Hey, the rhythm's gonna be off, their timing's gonna be off, they're not getting no certain sets. The market's gonna get exposed by the bigs. And then he's gonna expose the bigs too because he's really talented offensively. But defensively, best believe he's gonna be super slow. He's not gonna play over my guy Christian Wood. No way, Jose. And then the Kings are gonna get a W. Easy peasy.
You guys want to know something crazy? Monty McNair. I think the Rockets game is going to be the first game that he's going to attend because he's been at home in Houston.
Yeah.
Because of COVID, right? He wanted to spend the holidays with his family, so he's going to go to his first game. So Marvin Bagley better ball out if he wants to talk that money versus the Rockets. He's gonna have a tough assignment in Christian Wood, I'll tell you that.
Oh, it's a back-to-back in Houston.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a back-to-back in Houston, Thursday and Saturday. And then they go to San Francisco, and then they come back home next Wednesday against the Bulls. That's a win. That's the one against the Warriors. But these
one game at a time, Leo.
these
hey, we at that level right now? You can start just looking.
We at that level right now. I'm overlooking people. I'm just joking, man.
Now, get your merch tonight.
Get your merch tonight, man.
Chill, Leo.
Get your merch tonight. Links in the bio right now. We got some hot stuff. No foxes were given tonight. By the way, that shirt is hot. Our boy Darren cooked up that design in like hours, bro. I mean, this dude is so talented when it comes to shirt designs and just graphic design. Make sure you pick up that shirt. No fox given. And again, Sacramento Kings gave no foxes tonight. Gave no fox. All right, we got a call from the 805, San Luis Obispo. Welcome to the show.
Hello, am I on the
Yep.
Kingdom show?
What's up, brother?
Okay, it's me again. I'm super nervous, so give me a few seconds.
Oh, man, it's my boy Basan.
I do actually have a real rapid heart rate problem, so give me a few seconds to...
He said, I got a rapid heart problem. Okay, let's go.
Dude,
Don't die on me, man. Don't die on me now.
We actually... great win. I'm excited, and we pretty much agree on everything.
Mm-hmm.
I want to focus on one thing, and I hate to focus on the negative, but I really want to, and I don't think this was addressed as much as I want to. Most of the game was an amazing game, right? But Denver, in the third quarter, had a 16-0 run, 16-0, and then 30-8. Insane. Okay, somebody's got to bring this up to the Kings, and I know the Kings are a young team and all that, but the veteran players, the great NBA analysis, all know this, that when you get in a hole like that and your other team is going on even a 6-0, 8-0, 10-0 run, you got to stop the bleeding. And how do you stop the bleeding? You start to do things like attack the basket, go to the free throw line, get some easy shots, something close to the basket. But the Kings, oh my gosh, when the Kings get into these big holes, they do crazy shots, the jump shots, the three-pointers, and this bad shot and that bad shot. It's like, okay, please, I'm assuming and hoping that Luke Walton and Alvin Gentry and Bobby Jackson, whoever, and the Kings coaching staff at some point now is going to give them a real reality check and say, hey, when we're down 6-0, 8-0, cut these crazy jump shots out. We're attacking the basket.
No, your favorite player,
Let me
you're.
finish.
Go ahead.
Finally, eventually, after the 16-0 run, it enters into Fox's mind. I need to stop the bleeding. And he does exactly what you're supposed to do in that situation: is attack the basket, get some of those 6, 8, 10 spot jump close stuff, and get the free throw line. And he finally stops the bleeding and switches the game around. I'm glad Fox realized that. In my opinion, he realized that a little bit late, but later better than never.
Right.
But I want the Kings to learn from this. What the Kings need to do is they need to learn how to go to offensive mode B. Offensive mode B is when your jump shot isn't working. And basically last year and at some point this year, they were a jump shot shooting team, and they get cold. You got to go to switch plan B. Mode B. And what is mode B? Mode B is attacking the basket.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving it to players like Fox, Bagley, and Barnes to go to the low post. They either tap or Barnes and Bagley have a low post game and get as close good shots to the basket. That's what the Kings need to do. I hope that they start to establish this sooner than later, and this will help them in fourth quarter games where they're nervous like I am now, and the jump shot isn't going. They're going to mode B and stopping the bling shots. Anyway, you were gonna say?
Yeah, I mean, you saw it right out of my mouth. I was gonna say, De'Aaron Fox noticed what you saw, which was, hey, we're not scoring. We're shooting too many jump shots. Let me take over. Let me put a calming presence on this, which is your favorite player, because and I say that in a joking way, because I know you're not a big fan of De'Aaron Fox, but he did exactly what you said, right? Which better late than never. He attacked the basket. He cut the lead to 4 points. He got to the free throw line. He stopped momentum. That's what great players do. And even though he recognized that late, as you said, I'm sure the coaching staff will highlight that in tomorrow's film session, and then he'll start to notice those things, because now the Kings, it's all about reps, right? It's all about repetitions. The more you see these type of situations, the better you'll get. And I feel like De'Aaron is so smart. The game is slowing down, which is what I told you. And I know your big thing is the whole overpay thing, but I've always said this: you're not paying him. We ain't got to worry about those things, right?
Yeah, we could discuss that.
Vivek is paying the man, so I'd say pay the man. And right now, he's earning that contract. Would you agree or disagree with that?
Let's discuss that another time. But I want to focus on the fact that, better later than never. The better teams in the past, the Michael Jordan teams, I can't think, Tim Duncan teams, the Spurs, these good teams, like Charles Barkley and all the good analysts say, once it's 6-0, 8-0, you got to stop the bleeding.
You're right.
And we let it go 16-0. I'm glad Fox did what he did when he did, but now I want to emphasize, they got to stop it, especially in fourth quarter games.
But the Kings went on a 19-3 run too, though.
Exactly.
In the fourth quarter.
And I give Fox credit. You could give him MVP of the game or whatever for changing the flow back around. But anyways, I don't want to take too much of your time.
All right,
brother. I just want to talk about one other thing real quick. Marvin Bagley, my favorite player on the Kings, not necessarily the best player, my favorite player. I don't know what all that jazz is going on, but let me just say this real quickly. Marvin Bagley, very good offensive player. I like his offensive game. He's still learning on the defensive end. No doubt that Coach Walton did the right thing by leaving Holmes in the game. You leave your hot player in. Not only as we will mutually agree, Holmes is a better defensive player, but he was also actually having a good offensive game as well. So you've got to go with whatever unit's working. So I don't know what other jazz is going on, but I'm sure Bagley understands that. And you've got to understand that it's the right thing to, because Bagley is a younger player. watching Holmes. He's watching Whiteside and learning how to play defense, learning how to have defensive instinct close to the basket, how to block shots. Whiteside isn't a good shot blocker just because of his size. He has the instinct.
Right.
Something Willie Cauley-Stein didn't have, etc., things like that.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with him having less minutes. He's still in the watching and learning mode. And then presumably his offense will get better. And then my last comment before I turn back to you, Haliburton, oh my God. He's, to me, is like, I already like his game already, and it's sad as is. I mean, if he improves, that's just gravy on top, right?
That's it, man. I appreciate your call, brother. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you for the time. Appreciate it.
Great call. Hit on a lot of great points. I'll say this. His big dilemma is the fact that they overpaid. He thinks they overpaid for Fox. Everybody knows they didn't overpay for Fox because if the Kings didn't pay him that money, guess what? Somebody else was going to pay him the money. Now, I'm going to keep using the analogy of houses, which is what? The analogy of houses is you are what the market says you are, not what we think you're worth. At the end of the day, he's worth that amount of money because another team, all it takes is one. Hey, guess what? That one team would have paid him. The Heat, if they had cap space, they would have paid him. Any of these teams would have paid him because he's that good. You're paying him on the upside of what he's going to do in 2-3 years. And guess what? He's already performing at that level right now, today. And I saw that coming because that should have happened last year, but he got injured and it took him a little bit to get under his feet. And he showed it in those last 9 games before the pandemic. Same numbers again, 24-9, 24, 23 and 8, something like that. Those are all-star numbers, y'all. And those are winning numbers. The Kings are winning when he does those type of things because he gives the Kings a calming presence. He attacks the basket. He's going to slow and, help them when they go on those 8-0 runs and they need a basket. De'Aaron is that guy. He can attack the rack, and if he doesn't get the points, he's going to find somebody open. That's going to do it, y'all. I appreciate y'all's support. I appreciate Tiny, man, for joining the show as always. This show will be available on iTunes, Spotify, anywhere where you get your podcasts as well. About 20 minutes after this is over. We appreciate all the live people who chatted on the live chat. Again, make sure you hit the like or dislike. It doesn't matter. Just hit it right now. And on behalf of the entire CK family, we thank you guys, and we see you guys on the next one.